Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our make-up session in FINSTAD K31. So for the past, uh, yesterday, we were talking about the use of R and R Studio as our platform for this subject for data analysis. So would you kindly tell me where we stopped here? Did we do the operations already?
No sir, hanggang Woodridge po.
Okay, so very quickly, guys, let's make sure that your directory is the directory of your where you want to save your file. So I'll check also. Control Enter, get working directory. Okay, so this is not the one that I want. So I'm going to I forgot to change the default, but anyway, so I'll just set my working directory to what I want, which is my RWD. Okay. So kindly check your working directory. Okay, so I have the correct working directory now. All right. So we stopped. We also looked at ways in order to install packages. So we said that there are two ways. One is using this code, install that packages. You have to know what package you want to install. You can install a package individually, or you can install a package, you can install several packages at one time, making use of the concatenator combine function C. Okay. Then once you install the package, yeah, you'll be able to find it here in your package window. Then from here you can make use of it. When you install the package, it does not automatically make it available. You have to use library or require for that package in order for you to use the functionality of that package. Or you can look for the package here and then just check it so that it becomes available. It's still yeah, they're installing. So for example, if I'm going to use ggplot2, I could just scroll over here and look for ggplot2, or here there's a search button here, ggplot2. Okay, then we will find ggplot2 here. Okay, and then I'll just click it. Yeah, you go. Library or require, they have the same functions. So whether you use library or require, they're the same. Or, as I said, you can use the packages section here and then type in the search button space here that particular package that you want to use, and then the first line will be that package, and then you just click this. So for example, when I click this, the code is this one, library ggplot2. Okay, so automatically it makes ggplot2 available for your use. If you don't use library or require, or if you don't click this, you cannot use the functionality of that package. Okay, so let's continue our discussion. R can compute.
Search the actual name of.
It has a very powerful computing. It can compute lots of mathematical statistical processes. So for example, this one, several arithmetic operations. So that's it gives us the results. Okay, it makes use also of the PEMDAS, parentheses, exponentiation, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, I won't discuss that because that's basic arithmetic. And then it recognizes this number, pi. So, for example, if I type question mark pi Okay, built-in constants. There are built-in constants in R, like this one, pi. And then there are available constants. You can make use of the 26 uppercase, 26 lowercase, and then 3-letter abbreviations, month, that name. Okay, but for now, let's just look at pi. Okay, so we can perform an analysis with that. Okay, so 2 times pi is this one. Now, did we discuss run if yesterday? Guys, na-discuss ba natin tong run if? Okay, sige. Now, let's first see what run if. So let's use the question mark or help run if. There. So you can use help or question mark if you want help with a particular function. So it comes from the uniform distribution. So we have different types, done if. Okay, so this is, I think this is log, pan if, QUN if, okay, and we're using this run if. So this generates, ito pala yung explanation, no? Yung pan if gives a distribution function, QUN if gives a quantile function. Run if generates random deviates. No? So this gives us random numbers. So run if, you have to specify the number of random numbers you want, and the default is minimum is equal to 0 and maximum is equal to 1. In other words, if this will give us random numbers. You can set the minimum number and the maximum number. If you don't include this, then it will default to 0 and 1. So let's try that. Let's try that here. Run if, say, 10. Okay, minimum. Let's try the default first. Maximum is equal to 1. Ito na pala. Let me copy this. All right, so let's try this first. Run if 10, minimum 0, maximum is equal to 1. Control Enter. Okay, so it generates 10 random numbers with minimum equals 0 and maximum is equal to 1. Did you get 10 random numbers, guys? Did you get 10 random numbers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 10 random numbers. Do we have the same numbers, guys?
Different po, sir.
Different, no? Kasi random numbers yan. Now, you notice that this will be the same if we have run if 10. Ayan, no? So minimum and maximum din niya. Okay, I run this. So yung run if 10, it will also give us 10 sets of random numbers between 0 and 1. So kahit hindi natin ilagay yung minimum o maximum, ang default niyan between 0 and 1. Now you can have a set of random numbers between a certain range, no? Kunyari minimum 50, maximum 100. Yeah, so it will give us random numbers from between 50 and 100. Any questions?
None, sir.
Okay, so what if we want to have the same random numbers? We can have the same set of random numbers by using this function set.seed and then assign a number to it. It can be any number. For example, let's try this. Set.seed, okay? And then let's do this run if 1,000 numbers, minimum of 20, maximum of 50. Okay, so let's run this together. Do you have this in your file, guys? Do you have this code in your file?
Wala po, sir.
Wala. O sige, sige. I'll give you time to write. Nga pala, I'm using the file that we use in class. Okay, sorry. So kindly write this, kaya pala medyo may lag dun sa pag-answer. Set that seed, any number. Let's choose 999. It can be any number, no? For as long as we have the same number ng set that seed, we'll have the same answers. Then run if 1,000, then let's set minimum to be 20 and maximum to be 50. Okay, and then let's highlight this, run this. Okay, this will generate 1,000 numbers because that was our instruction. 1,000 numbers. Okay. How do our numbers compare? What's your first number?
31.67 po, sir.
What's your 997th number? Yung number dito, guys, it tells us that this number, yung 37.95480, this is the 997th element. So 997, 998, 999, 1,000 numbers nga. No? Did you get 37.9548?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so pareho tayo, no? Diba? So we can see now that if we set that seed, if you use this set that seed, and pare-pareho yung numbers natin, set that seed 100, then we'll generate the same random numbers. Okay. So, well, you can use run if. This is run if 1. Ibig sabihin isang item lang. And then minimum of 0 yan, maximum of 1. So if we run this 7 plus that run if, we'll get different answers, guys, kasi hindi naman natin sinet that seed to. No? Okay. All right, run if 20. Well, 20 numbers lang yan between 0 and 1. Okay. So what if we want to set the decimal places to 3 lang or 2 decimal places? You have to insert this. You have to use the round function, round, and then put the run if here, and then comma, 2 decimal places. If you want 3 decimal places, 3 decimal places, whatever you want. Okay? So let's run this. Kasi I'll wait for you nga pala kasi you're writing it. So round natin, and then yung run if function natin. And then close natin yung run if, then comma 2. This is now for your round function. So sinasabi natin dito, let's generate this run if, and then ira-round natin siya into 2 decimal places. So let's run this. Okay, so we'll have different answers, guys, kasi hindi naman natin sinet that seed. But these are 2 decimal places. Okay, and let's try this. Okay, pakisulat na lang to. Set that seed 98. Then yung run if ulit, minimum 10, maximum 50, and 3 decimal places. So if I run this, so you have here 3 decimal places and 10 numbers. Okay, guys, clear tayo sa run if. Pati
Clear
set
po,
that
sir.
seed. Okay, so let's not run this. Pareho lang yan. Okay. So we know, guys, pag square root at saka yung exponent, you use the caret sign. Square root of 4 to the 4th power, that's 16. Okay, sa R, ginagamit din natin log. If you recall from your algebra in high school, maybe, or elementary, yung log, guys, ano ibig sabihin ng log 10? What we learned in high school. Pag log 10, ang alam natin, di ba, ang base yan automatically 10. Okay, the assumption there is the base is 10. Okay, kunyari, log 100. The answer is 2. Okay, kasi what number if you what number when you raise what number when you raise 10 hirap sabihin 10 to the what number will give you 100. Okay, so the base is 10. 10 to what number will give us 100? So we know that the answer is 2. No? In R, guys, ang base niya hindi 10. Kaya nga, if you take the log of this, log 100, it's not 2. So it's another base. No? So ang tanong dito, what number raised to the 4.60517 is equal to 100? So ang base sa R is what we call the exponential number, yung exp. So sa sa math, ang symbol niyan e. So when you see this e, okay, it's a transcendental number. It's an irrational number. It's like pi, no? Si pi kasi non-repeating, non-terminating. Ina-approximate lang natin sa 3.14, but technically pi is a non-repeating, non-terminating number. Walang katapusan yung number na yan. Ganon din si e. So magpinsan yung dalawang yan. Ano ba yung value ni e? The value of e, let's get this. In order to get the value of e, you use the function exponential 1. Bakit 1? Kasi e to the 1. If you want e squared, then magiging 2 ilalagay natin dito. But we're just interested in the value of e. No? So let's run this. Itong exponential at saka pi. Yan. Ito si e. 2.7, 18, 28, 2, etc. No? Walang katapusan yung number na yan. Pareho ni pi. 3.14, 1593. Alright? So these are what we call irrational numbers. So ang base ni ng log sa R is not 10, but rather the base is e. Okay? So ang tawag diyan, guys, natural logarithm. Sa math, to distinguish it, ang tawag sa kanya ln, no? Kaso hindi ginagamit. Tingnan natin ln, pareho ba? Oh, hindi Sa math kasi, we use ln in order to distinguish it from log. Ang log kasi base 10, ang ln base e. Now sa R hindi. We use log. Log of a number, ang default niyan, ang base niyan, e. No? Okay, so let's see kung tama ba. Kasi ano ba ibig sabihin ng ng log of 100 to the base e? Ibig sabihin nun, yung e raised to the 4.60517 will give us 100. So let's try that. So exponential e. So this is your e, and then we raise it to the ito. Control C. Baka hindi maging eksakto kasi lang to yung yan, it gives us 100 kasi naka-round off na to pero it's practical 100. Okay, so just remember, guys, kasi gagamitin natin yan, yung log, gagamitin natin yan. Just remember that log in R has the base e and not base 10. If you want to get base 10, log 100, you have to specify it that this is base is equal to 10. So let's try this. Ayan, 2 nga, no? Kasi 10, yung base raised to the second power is equal to 100. Okay, so it's the base raised to the log is equal to that specific number. Okay, any questions so far?
Sir,
Yes?
yung dun po sa
Saan?
line 97, dun sa
Ito
sa
to?
E.
Oo.
Pwede naman pong idiretso ng nasa parenthesis yung 4.6
4.6 diretso sa
loob ng parenthesis instead of freezing it.
loob. Tingnan natin e to the pwede kasi e to the pwede in fact e to the actually pwede natin tanggalin na yan ganyan pwede na.
Opo.
Pwede na yan kasi yung exponential naka-raise din yan. I use that just to show you yung definition ng log na it's e raised to that number.
Okay,
Pero ito
sir.
diretso na siya. Tama ka, no? It's e, yung exponential raised to this number that will give us yung 100 nga. Correct. Sino yun? Inigo?
Yes po.
Yeah, thank you, Inigo. You're correct. Yeah, tama yan. Alright? So, any questions with the log, guys? So, tandaan natin, pag nag-log tayo sa R, the base here is E. No? If you want to use the base, base 10, which is, yun na natutunan natin sa algebra, usual ang ginagamit natin base 10, you have to specify the base. Of course, you can use other bases. No? Kunyari, ganoon naman yung log eh. Kasi ang ibig sabihin lang yan, yung base, i-raise mo to that number, kunyari, base to the base 5. Okay. So anong ibig sabihin yan? 5 raised to the 2.861353 will give you 100. 5 raised to the this one, the log niya. Yan. So that's practically 100. Okay? So clear yon, guys? Clear ba
Yes,
so
sir.
far? Okay. All right. Then we have some operators here, yung itong percent / percent. This is used for integer division. This will give us the whole number answer. 39 divided by 5 is actually 7 point something, di ba? Tama, 7 point something, 7.2. Kasi 4 divided by 5, ang remainder 4 divided by 5, that's 7.2. So, ang ibibigay lang sa atin na answer nito yung 7. Let's run this. Yan. Okay, it does not give us the remainder, no? Kung gusto natin remainder, yung whole number na remainder, we use the modulo function. Yung modulo function, percent. So 39 modulo 5. Okay. 39 modulo 5, that's 4. No? Okay, ibig sabihin, ang binibigay sa atin yung remainder niya. Okay, so clear to, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's take a look at, if you notice, guys, we write the code here in R script, and then replicate dito sa console yan. Kung ano man yung natin, kung ano yung code natin dito. Kunyari, itong 39 integer division 5. So inulit dito yan. When we run it here in the source window, i-duplicate dito yan, i-replicate, and then ibibigay yung answer dito sa console. Now, we can make use of the console. However, ang inherent disadvantage ng console, we cannot use yung mga previous codes. Try accessing yung mga previous codes, no? Sa console. Hindi mo siya ma-access. Hindi mo siya marirerun. So, what if you want to rerun in the console yung previous na mga codes, lines of codes? You'll have to use the shift arrow. So, ito, if I use shift down, wala kasi pinaka-down na yan eh. But if I use shift up, no? Yan, no? Kita nyo guys, yung mga previous codes lumalabas. Okay? So if you want to access a previous code, mag-shift, arrow up pala kayo, no? Hindi shift, no? Arrow up. Arrow up to access it. And then if it's there, then pwede mong i-control enter ulit para i-run. Now sa source, guys, sa source window, you can access anywhere here. Anywhere here, walang problema. Okay? You can access anywhere here and then run it. Sa console, hindi mo natin pwedeng ma-access yung mga previews. You'll have to use the arrow up in order to access that again. Okay, clear yun, guys? So that's one advantage of using the source window kasi you can go anywhere to the codes here and then rerun that. So that's what this is saying. Here. All right, so let's go here. Creating objects. Creating objects in R. Did we discuss yesterday the assignment operator? Itong less than minus?
Yes, sir.
Na-discuss natin, ano? Okay, so let's create an object called A. Okay, A, and then we're assigning A to the value 10 times 6. So if we run this, okay, you notice that it appears here, no, sa environment natin. So there's already an object called A. Andiyan na siya, 60. Okay, so but it does not automatically print here in the console, no? If you want to print it, then you have to retype A. Ayan. Saka siya nagpiprint dito sa ano, sa console. Okay. Kanina nung inassign lang natin tong function na to, hindi siya nag-appear dito, no? It will only appear if you type the name of the object, or you can type print A. So it's the same. Print A. If you want to automatically generate the value in the console, lagyan natin ng parenthesis, no? Okay, so parenthesis A assigned to 10 times 6. If you do this, Control Enter, automatically lumalabas na yung result. Okay. So yung iba, ayaw na kasing, ako personally, ayoko nang itatype pa yung A para makita yung result or print A. So, so that the result will be automatically printed here in console, I just put parenthesis. For example, let's create another object. Let's call it capital A. Take note, guys, that R is case sensitive. So iba si capital A kay small letter A. Okay, if I run this, yan, 2 plus 6, that's 8. So there's another object in your environment now. So sa environment natin, may big A na value 8, small a value 60. Okay. Now, objects can be overwritten in R. So for example, if I, lagyan na natin ng parenthesis to, okay, what's currently the value of A? The value of A is 60. If I assign A to another number, for example, Control Enter, so automatically andito na yung print, no? And you notice that A now has a value of 0. The value of 60 was overwritten. Na-replace na niya. No? Okay, questions, guys?
None, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's go to naming objects. Ano yung rules ng naming objects? Okay, pag naming objects, guys, hindi pa pwede magsimula yung object ng number or special characters. This cannot run. If you try to run this, it will not run. Mag-error yan. No? Error. Unexpected symbol in one object. It will not accept the name of an object starting with a number or a special character like at or exclamation point or minus. Pero yung number pwedeng ano, after the first letter. So pwedeng object 1 o O1 object, no? It's okay. Pero yung exclamation point cannot be really ano used. Kahit anywhere yan. Pati yung at symbol. How about yung ano? Oops. How about si ano pwede ba? Si object minus alt minus 5 kunyari. Is this okay? Run natin. Hindi rin pwede, no? So yung mga special characters like minus, exclamation point, at, hindi pwedeng gamitin yan as part of your name of the object. You can use dot, no? My dot object, pwede yan. So if you print this, okay, so my dot object, pwede siya. Periods between words, no? Pwede yan. Now, periods at the start, now this is something interesting. I haven't really deciphered why this is so. Now, if you take a look at this, no, run natin to, nag-object siya, no? Kaso, it does not appear here in the environment. Maybe you can help me research later on this. Kung naisip ko lang kasi to, pwede ba yung dot, kasi yung number at saka exclamation point and other special characters, hindi pa pwede sa simula. But is that possible? Yung symbol na dot. So when we run that, guys, nagkaroon siya ng value, tinanggap niya. Kaso, it does not appear here in the global environment. So that's, I haven't really deciphered that. So ito naman, pwede rin yung underscore, pwede yan. No? Pwede ba yung underscore sa simula? Sa gitna? Yes, pwede siya. Yan, my dot object. Pero here, hindi siya pwede, no? Kasi special character tong underscore na to, no? Okay, we also looked at this one, dot Z. So same question to kanina, pwede bang sa simula yung dot? If we run that, run na natin, lagyan ka na natin ng parenthesis para mas mabilis. Run it. Binibigay yung value, no? However, it does not appear here. It does not appear here. Okay, so that's, I haven't really discovered yung nature nitong dot tapos ano. But hopefully next meeting makita ko na rin. No? But help me research on that, guys. Alright, so ito, again guys, yung naming of objects are very case sensitive CR. So magkaiba lang ng ano ng kunyari yung capitalization mamamali na, no? So for example, this one, my first object. Oops, nakalimutan natin lagay yung parenthesis. My first object, control enter. So yan, no? My first object, my first object na tayo dito. And then if I type my first object. Okay, so yung first dito hindi capital, no? Tingnan natin. Okay, mag-error siya, no? Kasi very specific, very particular si R sa capitalization. Okay, any questions, guys? Clear so far?
Clear po.
Okay. Now there are some listing or removing of objects. Yung ls function, sulat natin dito. Dito na lang, ls, no? ls, open and close, enter, control enter. It gives us a list of the objects that we have created. So ito yung mga objects natin. Andun si A, andun si small and big letter A, my dot object, my underscore object, my first object. So these are the list. This is the list of objects that we have created. RM removes a particular object. RM, remove. Kunwari gusto natin i-remove si A. Yan, capital A. What happened? I-list ulit natin para malaman natin kung ilan na yung... Okay, nawala na, di ba? Nawala na si ano? Nawala na si capital A. Okay? If we want to remove everything, no? RM list. Yan. Kasi di ba list gives us all the objects and then we're putting it under in remove. So i-remove daw natin lahat ng mga objects, mawawala lahat ng objects natin. Okay, so try this. Remove yung list. Oops, wait. Sorry. Not list, sorry. RM, LS pala, sorry. Not, dito ako dun sa ano. RM, LS. Kasi yung LS, guys, siya ng function na ililist natin, di ba? There. Okay. Oh, must contain characters. Wait, LS. So ito linilist, no? Tapos i-RM natin, remove. Remove. Yung lahat ng nasa list. Ano may mali ko dito? Dapat tama ito ah. Check natin ah. Wow. That's supposed to be very simple, no? Remove all items in R. It's very basic. Nakalimutan ko. Okay. Sorry. Ito guys. RM list is equal to LS. Kaya pala, mali yung code ko. Apologies. So, sorry. RM, ang list natin is equal to, napaghiwalay ko yung ano. Yan, okay? So this is the code, guys, to remove, to clear everything. Remove, yung list is equal to LS, okay? That's it. Okay, tama na yan. Okay, so tingnan nyo guys, wala na, oh. Wala nang value dito sa global environment natin. LS, wala na. Empty na. Empty. Okay, clear guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so sorry for this, no? Nahiwa-hiwalay ko sila. RM list as RM LS. Dapat RM list is equal to LS. Okay. Okay, so with that guys, we now go to RMD, no? Sinubukan ba natin yung RMD kahapon? We printed ano di ba? We tried to print HTML at saka and Word. Tama ba, guys? Hello? Hello?
Hindi ko po maalala, sir.
Hindi ba tayo nag-print? O sige, we now go to alam ko nag-ano tayo eh. Anyway, so we now go to another type of R file, which is the RMD file, no? Mas gagamitin na, this will be the last time na gagamitin natin si R script. Ito, ang gagamitin natin si RMD. Sample lang tayo guys, sample. So open an RMD file. So default, lagay natin trial 999. Trial 999 na lang, okay. Oops, sorry, mali. Hindi ko na-discuss. Ulit. X ko to. Open R Markdown. Trial 999. Any name you want. Okay, so you can generate a document, a presentation. Pwede kayong gumawa ng slides sa R Markdown. Okay, and others may shiny pa, no? This is for web, sa web to. So pwede natin ang default option, output natin HTML, pwedeng PDF, pwedeng Word. Easily ma-generate natin HTML at saka Word. Pero yung PDF, you have to download yung MIC text. No? Hindi ba natin na-discuss kahapon to?
Yes, sir. Na-discuss na po pala yan.
Na-discuss na, di ba? Anyway,
Apo,
so
sir.
quickly lang i-ano natin. So okay. Ayan. So this is one, this is the, ang tawag nito yung pinaka-header, yung YAML. Okay, this one is neat R. Kasi sa RMD guys, ang ginagawa niyan, it's being knitted. Tingnan niyo itong knit, no? Okay, options, chunk set, echo is equal to true. Ano ibig sabihin ng echo is equal to true, guys? Ano yung echo? Alala nyo, kapon? Yan, echo. Ang sabi dyan. Pag sinabing echo is equal to false, hindi ipiprint yung, yung code. No? So pag sinabing echo is equal to true, dito sa chunk na to, okay, ipiprint yung code. So yung echo, ginagamit yan to determine whether the code will be printed or not. So take note guys, yung RMD file, this is used for printing your whatever report you're having done in R Markdown. Kaya nga parang notebook to eh. And this is a lot better than Word as a text editor kasi ito guys, pinagsasama-sama na, magagawa mo na yung code dito. Imagine guys, running your statistical codes here, your model here, and then yung output, kunyari plot or regression results, ika-copy-paste mo pa sa Word. Dito, diretso na. And you come up with very good outputs. Pwede pang sa HTML, pwede sa PDF, pwede sa Word, and you can also create slides out of this. Okay? So, I think we discussed this yesterday. No? Cars, I said as a package. Tapos yung summary function gives us the 6-number summary, descriptive statistics, yung first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, fourth quartile, and the mean, no? So pag i-run natin to, Yan, no? First, minimum and the maximum, first, second, third quartile, and the mean. So 6 number summary yan. Okay? X ko siya. Okay. Ito naman, plot ng pressure. Pero nakalagay dito R, tapos pressure. Ibig sabihin, this is coming from the data pressure. Echo is equal to false. It tells us that when R is printed, do not print this code na to, yung plot pressure. I-print lang niya yung output, yung graph mismo. Kasi pag plinat natin yung si pressure, ito yun eh. Yan. Okay? So when we run this, when we knit this, knit natin, knit to HTML, okay, or to Word. Okay, so tatanungin muna tayo kung anong saan natin isi-save. And automatically doon niya ilalagay sa working directory. Okay? So file name, lagyan natin trial 999. Okay, para pareho. Save. And then it will now knit. Ininit niya. No? Processing, ininit niya, and then i-generate niya. So this is now the HTML output. Okay, and then you can open this in the browser. Open in browser. Yeah, nasa browser na to. And then you can, this is the URL, you can now send this and para ma-share nyo sa iba, no? Yeah. Okay, so let me delete that. And then sabi nga natin pwede rin sa Word, okay, but we'll not do that anymore. Okay. So you'll have your first project. I'll give it to you next Tuesday pag kompleto yung class. Kasi I'll group you, and then you will have to come up with a project on RMD. I'll give you 1 week for that. I'll give the instructions on Tuesday na lang pag kompleto tayong lahat. Okay, let's go to this. I'll just delete this. Let's go to this next worksheet. By the way, guys, sorry itong example.rmd na to. Okay, let's go here para makita natin, no? So this is an RMD file. Ito yung YAML natin. And then, so here we have, itong mga to text to, no? Text ang kakalabasan yan, diba? Tapos, ito, chunk. Okay. Ano tong include is equal to false, guys? Yung include is equal to false, ibig sabihin, ipoprocess pa rin to ni R, no? Kaso hindi niya isasama yung code at saka yung output sa yung code at saka yung whatever the output here is in the output mismo. Okay, kunyari, library, we're just using tidyverse, the library. So wala naman talagang output yan. So sa setup lang to, no? Okay? Setup lang. Yung mga nitty-gritty details sa kanila natin i-explain to. But I just wanted to point out that include is equal to false will still run this code, pero hindi niya ipapasok yan, yung code at saka yung kung may printed man to, hindi niya ipapasok dun sa HTML or sa Word file. Okay, so here we have, guys, tatanggalin ko to. Pakitanggal nga itong nasa line 50, may hashtag ba doon? Sa line 50?
Meron po, sir.
Meron. Tanggalin muna natin, no? Let's remove that. Kasi I just want to show you something. Pati ito, 72. So, remove ko yung 72, pati yung 64, pati yung 50. Siguro, okay na siguro yun. Ito, pati yung 80. Tanggalin natin. Okay, siguro, okay na yun. I just want to show you something about this. Meron pang iba, itong 120. Tingnan nyo, may may naka-hashtag. I'll explain why I placed that. Okay, pati itong 172. Huwag na natin tanggalin yan. Okay. So, remember guys, pag may hashtag yung isang line of code, ibig sabihin ng comment, no? Okay, ito ano ibig sabihin ito sa R Markdown, yung isang hashtag na to? Ito. This is header 1. Di ba I told you guys may cheat sheet tayo dito? No? Either cheat sheet or Markdown quick reference. If you click this, so ito siya. No? Quick reference ng R Markdown. May hashtag, isang hashtag, header 1 yan. Parang ano siya, parang heading. Header 2, mas maliit siya. No? Ito, tinan nyo to. So ano to, yung header yan, ano? Ito, parang subheader yan. Okay, so that's just a quick reference. Okay, so of course you can download this. I hope you'll download this, guys. Help. Cheat sheets natin ito, no? I think I showed you this to you last time, di ba? Tama ba? Yesterday, I showed this to you.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so you know that, no? All right, so let's knit this, no? Let's knit this. Kasi guys, you can insert links to URL, you can insert figures, images sa R Markdown. So parang talagang ano siya, Word, ano, talagang text file siya. But the very powerful thing about this is that anto doon din yung code. Tapos yung code mismo, pwede siyang i-generate na yung output doon na rin, no? So it really makes it very, very useful and very, very convenient, very efficient. In fact, as I mentioned yesterday, guys, ginagamit na rin ito sa many people have written books, no? So kinumbine nila sa R Markdown, and there's another package called Bookdown, R Markdown and Bookdown. They're able to write books out of this, no? So very powerful. So kunyari, later on sa ibang subjects nyo, you're asked to make a report on something, you can use R Markdown. Kasi yan na yan eh, di ba? Tapos kailangan siguro, kunyari may computations, pwede rin to, no? Okay, sige. So let's knit this. Let's just knit it to HTML. Okay, see what happens, no? Nag-error siya, no? Line 50 error. Okay, yun yung tinanggal natin ng hashtag kanina, no? So ano tong line 50 na to? Okay, ito. So there's supposed to be a file, ito, yung file na to, na RMD file. Kaso wala tayo nun, no? We don't have that. Kasi remember guys, pag nag-aano kayo ng, kunyari, naglalagay kayo ng image dito sa R Markdown, kailangan kasama dun sa working directory yung image na yun. If you're going to put here a picture, make sure that the picture is inserted or is in the R working directory. Tapos kukunin niyo yung file location nun, tapos dito niyo ilalagay, no? So parang yung ginawa natin na R working directory, yung get working directory and set working directory, ganun ang gagawin natin. So ito apparently nasa yung gumawa nito, kasi I just got this from the internet as a sample. Nasa folder na R Markdown, tapos may file na ganito. So since wala tayo niyan, I'll just put here a hashtag para hindi ba ang babasahin lang ni R dito, parang ano lang siya, comment lang siya. Okay? So let's run this again, knit. May iba pa tayong di ba? I think here ito. So lagyan na rin natin 'to ng hashtag kasi mag-error ulit 'yan. Kasi this is another file na wala naman tayo nun. And then this one, I think 72, another hashtag kasi ito may mukhang may PNG, may graphic, may picture file. Okay, did we add another? Itong 80. So pakilagyan niyo itong mga to, guys. Okay. And then init na natin. Knit natin sa HTML. So magpa-process siya. Okay. Sa inyo yata, tatanungin pa yata kung isi-save as, no? Tinanong pa ba sa inyo?
Hindi po, sir.
And then dumiretso na.
Apo, sir.
Oh, yan. Now this is the output, guys, no? So it's text. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na header, Header 1, ito mas maliit, header 2. Pag may subheader pa, tatlong hashtags naman. Ito mas maliit na header, tatlong siguro to. Yung prerequisites, tatlong hashtags. All right. So yan. Ito guys, sinasabi dito yung link, no? You can give the link also. Yan. Sayang walang, ito may table dito, no? So you can insert tables, you can insert figures. Okay? Sayang wala lang ditong diagram, walang plots. Okay, but this is an output, guys. This is an output, and then you can also knit this in Word. Knit in Word. Okay, then lalabas sa Word yan. Tayo lang natin. Okay, so do you agree with me, guys, that this is very convenient and very powerful, guys? So siguro sa ibang subjects nyo, yan, nasa ano na, no? Okay. There. Diba? So andyan na yung code din. Yan. Yung code chunk, andyan dyan. Okay, so this is what really we call reproducible results. Ibig sabihin, if you send this R markdown to anybody, marireproduce itong output na to. And alam niya kung ano nangyayari. Unlike guys kung Word, di ba? Hindi niya marireproduce yun kasi hindi naman siya nasa R. So this is the advantage, very powerful advantage of the R markdown. Okay, then isa pang example, i-run na lang din natin to. Tingnan lang natin to, guys, no? Okay, so may mga may mga default siya dito, no? Tapos this is an example of an R markdown. Converting an R markdown to HTML is called knitting, no? So pag kino-convert natin si RMD file into HTML or Word or PDF, it's called knitting. Actually, ang code talaga niyan, okay. So, console. May function talaga yan, render ang pangalan, no? That's the function, render. And this comes from the knitr package. Tingnan nyo nga, guys, kung mayroon kayong tingnan nyo nga sa packages kung may knitr. Kindly check. Check natin. knitr. K-N-I-T-R. Meron kayo?
Meron po, sir.
Meron,
Yeah.
sir.
Yan. Kasi automatic yan sa R markdown. Kasama yan, yung knitr. Okay? So, although hindi na natin kailangan i-require or i-library kasi andi dito na naman siya. Parang automatic na you can already knitr kahit natin hindi, di ba? Pag gagamitin natin, when we're going to use a particular package, we have to run the command library, di ba? Or require. Pero dito hindi na kasi automatic na yan. May knitr function na tayo dito. Okay, so let's go here. This is a code chunk. Illustration lang naman to. This is just an example. Okay, ito may plot to, no? And this is coming from the PyTools. Tapos kinuha niya yung data na annual 3 and then plinat niya. So tingnan natin to, ha. Run natin to. Paki-check nga, guys, kung nag-error kayo.
Error po, sir.
Error. Bakit kaya nag-error, guys?
Wala raw po ako nung package.
Yeah, wala tayong yung vision. Wala yung PyTools na na package. So
Opo, sir.
what should you do first before you run this? Install muna natin, no? So sige, install niyo na lang dito, then type PyTools. Install nyo na para ma-run natin tong code na to. Then install nyo. I will not install it anymore kasi meron na ako niyan. Okay, na-run na. Then once you have run it, okay na siya kasi dito i-access library PyTools and then it will run this. Okay. So, okay na yan. Check nyo rin, guys, kung may dev tools kayo. Pero eval is equal to false. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman to hindi siya i-run. So, okay lang yan. No? Ito yung dati, to knit our R file into, we need the knit R package. Pero hindi na kailangan to kasi andito na yung knit R natin. No? But it's telling us that that's what is happening. Pag i-knit natin yung RMD, ininit yan, okay. Ininit siya tapos it will be converted into an MD file and then it will be converted into an output by pandoc. Okay, so let's run this. Knit natin to HTML. Yeah, okay. So dito yung plot, no? As you can see, na rinanto ni R tapos sinama niya yung plot ng plot 3. Parang sa yata to sa agronomy o kasi 3 siya, no? Ano kaya ibig sabihin itong mga Hindi ko pa na-check kung I think these are types of trees. Okay, guys? And you can actually publish this also. Okay, so any questions, guys? So nakita natin to example 1, example 2. I'm going to post other examples for you to also work on. Okay, but kindly go through the cheat sheet or do some research about R Markdown kasi lahat ng outputs natin will be generated in R Markdown and it should be in good form, guys. Kailangan readable siya, maganda yung pagkasulat, tama yung mga formatting, and you just have to follow the how it's being done. Okay, so let's go here, guys. Let's go here. This is an R Markdown. Okay, we go to data classes and data structures. It's very important for us to know, guys, yung mga types of data na ginagamit natin or recognize ni R. So data classes and data structures. We first go to data classes or data types. So pag data classes, there are many types. May numeric, may integer, may character, may logical, may complex, may date, no? So ito, 6 to, no? But there are other types. Yung numeric, pwedeng it's a real number. Pag sinabing real, ano ibig sabihin ng real number? Ang real number, guys, pwedeng rational or irrational, no? Pwedeng repeating, pwedeng can be expressed as a function or not. Okay, so ito 12.6, this is a decimal. Another name for that is double, no? So pag nakita nyo yung type na double, ibig sabihin yung decimal. This one is also numeric. Okay? Actually decimal din to, no? May 0.0 siya. Now ang integer, guys, integer whole number, kailangan may nakalagay na L after it. So babasahin to ni R not as a text but rather as a number, as an integer 2L. Tapos character, may quotes, no? And then logical, true or false. Hindi kailangan ng quotes ang logical. And then complex, imaginary number. And then pwede ding date, no? May mga date data sa R. But we're going to learn dates separately kasi very important sa atin yung date sa finance. Okay, clear so far, guys? Yung mga data classes, numeric, integer, character, logical, complex, date. There are other types, but we'll just focus on this. Okay, so let's assign, tanggalin natin to. Let's make it a practice tanggalin ko lang to, ha? Okay, we're assigning A to the number 1. We're assigning 1 pala to letter A. Enter natin. So 1. So andito na si A, ano? Object 1 listed already here. and A is 1, binigay nga yung value 1. So let's get the class of A. So ano daw yung class ni A, guys? Hello? What's the class of data A? Hello? Anybody there?
Numeric po, sir.
Numeric, yan no? Dito, numeric siya. No? So, class or type of, pareho lang yan, only that yung class, parang higher level siya, type of is more of the parang lower level. Type of, yan. So, the higher class is numeric, kasi maraming klase numeric. Yung the lower class is, parang sub-classification ng numeric is double. Okay, so, again, yung class ginagamit yan, higher level yung classification, yung type of lower level. Some classifications will be the same kasi yung higher, isa lang naman, no? Wala siyang parang sub-classification. So let's create this object called B. And take note, guys, 3L, that means this is an integer, no? 3. So let's get type of, unahin natin si class, control X. Okay, class ni B, okay, integer siya, type of integer din siya. Okay, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, wala namang subclassification ng integer. Pag integer, integer niyan. Unlike yung numeric, pwedeng double, no? Pwedeng tapos may iba pa. Okay, let's take a look at this object C. Okay, C is 3 plus 2i, so this is 3 plus 2i. So taking a look at our environment, meron tayong ABC dito, no? May mga objects na tayo na ABC. So then let's take the class of C. It's a complex number. Okay, meron bang type? Tingnan natin na type of C. Type of C. Okay, complex pa rin. Ibig sabihin wala namang subclassification C, complex. All right. How about this logical value? False. Okay, type of logical, class, logical pa rin. Okay, then this one. Okay, bakit 1982?
Sinubtract po, sir.
2020 minus 10 minus 28, no? Sinubtract niya. So tama, no? It treated it as an operation. Kaya nga pag klinas mo, naging numeric siya. Okay? So ano sinasabi dito? This is not the way to write dates, no? Okay, we'll have more on dates. Kunyari tingnan natin, ha. Kunyari March pwede bang isulat lang March 5, 2021? Okay, how will R with this? Okay. Hindi niya binabasa, no? Okay. Hindi niya binabasa. About 03/20/5/2021. Okay. So ano naman to? Is it 3 divided by 5 divided by 2021? So 3 divided by 5 divided by 2021. Natin ng yan, no? So it was treated as a number, okay? So may special na way na na pag-write ng date sa R, okay? But we'll go into that later on kasi medyo mahaba-habang discussion 'yon, no? Kasi iba't ibang klaseng date types, may XTS, may zoo, may TS, no? Okay. All right. So after that, guys, clear na yung data types natin. So ang napag-aralan natin yung, although hindi ako nakapagbigay ng example ng ng date, but we'll go into that later on in the course of our discussion. Okay, so meron tayong numeric, meron tayong integer, meron tayong logical, meron tayong character, Meron tayong complex, meron tayong date. Okay. So let's now go to data structures. Ano naman yung data structure? Ang data structure class, it's more of a combination of your data. No? Data types may be combined to form data structures, such as atomic vectors. Example to atomic vectors. Ano yung atomic vectors? Ang atomic vector, guys, holds data of a single data type. Okay? So kunyari, panay numeric, panay character, panay complex numbers, panay dates, those are vectors. And they're also called atomic vectors kasi iisang klaseng type lang. Okay? So tingnan natin to. These are the functions that we're going to use. Okay? Yung class kanina nakita na natin, type, mode. Hindi ito yung mode na na number sa sa descriptive statistics. Then we have names, okay, length, attributes, structure. We're going to look at this one by one. Okay. So ano yung mga different types of data data structure. So meron tayong vectors, may list, may matrices, may arrays, may factors, may data frame. Okay, let's first take a look at vector. Ano ba vector, guys? A vector is atomic. Ibig sabihin only one type of data. Iba siya kay list kasi may list dito, no? Si list pwedeng combination ng mga elements. Si vector, atomic lang siya lagi kasi iisa lang, no? For example, this one. So we are creating an object called A1 5, no? Okay. Tingnan natin, guys, kung ano yung class ni hindi. Sorry, hindi yan. Not class. Okay. So, anong klaseng data structure si A1? So this is also a vector. Kahit isa lang siya, guys, vector yan. Okay. Kasi ang vector pwedeng isa lang, pwedeng maraming combination. So here, let's create an object called nums, and it's a combination of 1.13 negative 5.7. Enter natin. Okay, so ito yung object natin. Si nums, dito, no? Numbers, tatlong elements, tapos linis na dito. Okay, ano yung class nito, guys? Class. So numeric siya. Type of nums. Okay. Double, no? Kasi may decimal, no? May decimal. Kaya double siya. Okay, so what type of a vector is this? This is also a what type of a data structure is this? Vector din to, no? Vector din siya. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, may function na rnorm, no? So we can use question mark or help. So tingnan natin to. So just like run if, guys, ito mag-generate din ng mga random numbers, kaso ano siya, yung normally distributed, no? So ang ano niya, let's just use the rnorm, yung n kung ilang random numbers, and then ang default niya, mean is equal to 0, standard deviation is equal to 1. If we don't write this, yung mean is equal to 0, standard deviation is equal to 1, yun ang i-generate ni R for us. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's set that seed para pare-pareho tayo, and then let's create an object called devs, and it's rnorm 100. Anong klaseng normal distribution to, guys? Anong klaseng normal distribution to? Ito, anong klaseng normal distribution tong mean is equal to 0 and standard deviation is equal to 1? This is a what, guys? Anyone? This is
Normal.
a standard, no? Standard normal distribution. Ang rnorm mag-generate ng normal distribution. Kaso, unless we specify kung ano yung mean at saka yung standard deviation, it will default to 0 mean and standard deviation is equal to 1, which is what we call your standard normal distribution. Diba? If you recall in your stat or in your earlier statistics subjects, ang standard normal distribution, ang mean niya 0, standard deviation is equal to 1. So we don't have to put that here, or if you want you can put that there. Put that in this code here. Okay, so i-highlight natin itong dalawang to. Okay, Control Enter. All right, so what do you notice now? Nag-generate na siya ng laking decimal place, ano? Pareho ba tayo, guys? Ano yung pang number 97 nyo? I got negative 0.83249. So dapat pareho tayo. No? Do we have the same values, guys?
Pareho po, sir.
Pareho. Okay, good. Kasi nag-set that seed tayo. No? And again, guys, kung gusto nating i-round to, no? Round natin kasi ang round, ngayon natin 2 decimal places na lang. Okay. Para hindi masyadong malaki yung ano, yung oops, yung kulang ko. Devs. Mali ba ako dito? 1, 2, kulang ako ng isa. Kulang pa rin. Round 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Our norm, so, devs ko, dito dapat yung ano, sorry. I should close the devs here. Okay, so careful guys of the parentheses, ano? Tama na ba ito? Where is my mistake? Round. Devs. Close natin to. Devs muna. Close. Tapos i-close natin yung devs. Sino mali ko? Round. Okay. 1, 2, di pa rin. Dapat ito pala. Yan. Okay. Minsan nakakalito guys, no? Yung round, open and close yung function na yan. Okay. So let's rerun this. Okay, mali. Sorry guys, mali yung ano ko, mali yung paglagay ko ng parentheses. Error. Bakit error? Why am I having an error term here? Round devs default for our norm, standard, unexpected symbol in, tinanggal ko na yan na. Run ko ulit. Ayan, okay na. You got it guys? Point 33 tayo pareho. Class. Hello.
Anong number po, sir?
Yung ano, yung round, yung round na function natin. Pareho ba tayo?
Same, sir.
Did you run this, yung round?
Yes po, sir. Pareho po.
Okay. So, if you want guys, if you want to generate a spreadsheet here in the tabs here, ang code dyan, view, no? Nag-create tayo ng object called devs. I-view natin siya, control enter. So lalabas dito yan sa ano. Kung gusto niyo makita dito, no? Yan. That's our devs. 100 siya. No? So, close ko na lang. Okay, then we can get the mean. 0.0. Pareho dapat tayo, 0.011. So practically 0, no? Almost 0. And then standard deviation, let's see. Okay. Medyo malayo, no? 0.79 lang to. So hindi siya medyo, kasi dapat ang standard deviation 1, no? 1 at saka 0 yung mean, 1 yung standard deviation. The reason why that is so is because maliit lang yung sample size natin. 100 lang. We'll, tingnan natin ha. So, summary devs, tingnan natin. Di ba yung summary, binibigay sa atin yung minimum value, maximum value, first, second, third, quartile, and then the mean. Okay. And then, Okay, ano yung class ni devs natin? Class ni devs, numeric, type of, double siya. Length ni devs, 100 kasi ilang observations yun. Mode ni devs. So halos pareho lang siya guys ni class, numeric. And then the structure, ibibigay sa atin yung numeric siya, 1 to 100, and then some of the items here. Clear so far, guys? If you want to generate, guys, the first head, the first, yung head, guys, it will give us the first 6 items. No? Ayan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want, you can increase this. Head, say head, devs, hindi natin 10. So the head function will give us the first, ang default niya, 6 elements. So ito ginawa kong 10. So 10 elements yung unang ibibigay niya. And then for the tail naman, guys, for the tail, so devs din yung object. So hinihingi natin yung last 6. So ito yung last 6 elements ni devs. Okay, clear guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now itong pangalawa guys, okay, here let's add do you have this in your R file?
Yes po.
Meron. So, tingnan nyo to guys. So, mag-set.seed tayo ng 200. Tapos, dagdagan natin yung sample size. Gawin natin kunyari 100,000. No? So, let's try another mean of, let's say, mean of 90 and standard deviation is equal to 5. So, i-run natin to. Sige. Run natin. Control Enter. Okay, so, this will generate 100,000. Hindi niya mapapakita lahat, ano? Hindi niya mapapakita lahat. Pero if you want to see everything, anong code natin? If you want to see everything, guys, yung view. View. Devs1. So, ang object natin, devs1. View devs1. Okay, so ito yan, no? 100,000 entries. 100,000 entries. 100,000 all in all. Okay, so let's see, guys. Ano yung mean ni devs1? Okay, tingnan nyo guys, oh. Halos malapit na siya, 90 na. No? Standard deviation, sabi natin kasi 5 yung standard deviation natin. Okay, so all very close to 5. So kanina guys, yung difference, yung sample size natin dun sa R norm, 100 lang. Kaya medyo hindi siya ganun kalapit. Kaya dun sa sinabi natin mean kasi kulang talaga yung Did we real ba natin to guys, yung histogram? Hindi natin na-run to, no? Paki-run to yung hist ng devs. So, can easily plot. Okay, ito yung histogram ng devs. Kita natin medyo hindi siya, parang hindi siya talaga normally distributed, no? And on the other hand, if we run, dapat devs1 to, hist ni devs1, okay, hist ni devs1, okay, this is closer, no? Closer to a normal, really normally distributed, no? We'll have tests later on kasi matetest naman natin yan kung normally distributed yan o hindi. Pero tingnan nyo, pag malaking sample size, di ba? It really approximates the normal distribution. Yan. Okay, any questions, guys?
None for now, sir.
Sir.
For now, sige. Tapusin na natin to hanggang dito tayo, no? Okay, ito. Let's take a look at this. So you have G. Okay, si G, it's a combination of 1 hanggang 10. Tapos si G1, ginamit natin yung colon 1 to 10. Anong difference nito? No? So there's a difference in how you ask R to list things. So let's run this. So may G na tayo dito, no? Ito yung G natin. Ito. Numeric 1 to 10. How about this? G1. 1 to 10 din naman yan, di ba? Okay, so pareho lang, oh. Okay. Di ba? 1 to 10. Kaso guys, ang difference din ito, integer siya. Okay? So if you want to list integers, you use the colon. Yan. Tingnan natin tong class ni G at saka class ni G1. Enter. Class ni G is numeric. Class ni G1 is integer. Type of. Okay. Type of ni G, sabi natin double, pero si integer pa rin. Length ni G, okay, alam naman natin na 10. Okay? So ito, pag gusto natin gamitin si C, guys, kailangan, kasi di ba sabi natin dito, yung C ang ginamit natin dito, linis down natin. If you want it to be integer, kailangan ilalagay natin yung L. 1L, 2L. Okay, so run natin lahat na to. Or dito na lang. Pag i-run lahat. What happens guys if we run the chunk sa RStudio? Di ba sa RStudio guys, dito sa ilalim nilalagay yung output. Unlike yung R script, dito lang linalagay sa console. So, saan tayo? Yan, no? So, ito muna yung object, then integer siya. No? Sige namin natin yung L. Which is the same as yung 1 to 5. 1 colon 5. Ito. 1 to 5, integer yan. Okay, then the last few lines. Okay. Sige, next time na to. Okay, ito guys, ito na lang, no? Last code na to. Yung M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anong klaseng, ano to? Anong klaseng, what data type to? So this should be numeric, di ba? Ang class nito numeric, di ba? Ang type of double to, no? So, run natin to. Control Enter. Yan, tama, no? Numeric double. Then, we can, guys, we can make this integer. Tingnan nyo yung code. So, I'm creating an object called N. And then sabi ko, as that integer si M. So I'm now coercing, no? I'm now creating an object called N, and it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero, ano siya? Yung integer. So let's run this. Control Enter. Yan. Okay, so it generated an object called N. So si N andi dito, integer siya 1 to 5. Bakit? Kasi we use this function as that integer because it's converting the object M, itong M na to, which is a numeric, into an integer. So gagamit tayo ganito. Yung sinasabi kong date kanina, yun yung as that date. Gagamitin natin yun para mo convert into a date. Alright guys? Questions?
None po, sir.
Okay. Alright. So, sige, with that guys, yan, nakahabol na tayo at par na tayo with the other sections and I'm glad about that. So, thank you so much for coming. I'll post this. Ipopost ko siya dun sa ano sa ano natin sa ano natin sa Canvas. Alright? So guys, thank you everyone. Have a blessed Sunday.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.